In this video, we're going to look at some wisdom by the late great Bruce Lee and decide to apply this wisdom to our life so we can have a better experience of life on this planet in this incarnation. So before we dive in, decide to watch this video with an open mind. If you decide to apply this to your life, just know that this will completely change your entire reality. It's a bold thing to say, but I know that it's true because it's happened in my life and the clients that I teach in their lives too. So watch this video with caution. I'll see you on the other side. What we're talking about here is self-talk. And if you don't know about self-talk, this will be a whole new game-changing, life-changing video. But if you do know about it, allow this video just to remind you of the power and the simplicity of self-talk. So in a nutshell, what we're really talking about here is never ever finish a negative statement, especially to yourself. And Bruce in a second will tell us for why. But in my life, I know this to be true. I used to be an alcoholic. I used to be very dyslexic. I struggled at school. I had no self-worth, no self-confidence. Hey, look, don't get me wrong. I was always a happy, smiley guy and I had friends and, you know, I was kind of winging it and nobody really knew what was going on. I had 10 years of anxiety, depression, panic attacks. I couldn't go anywhere without being inebriated. It was difficult. And look, you know, I've got my sob story. You've most likely got yours. One thing that helped me more than anything was learning about self-talk. And it's a real simple thing to just decide to not speak negatively about yourself. And when I look back on my life, I used to constantly say, oh, you fucking idiot. Oh, yeah, it's just the way I am. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. Other people can do that, but not me. No, I'm too stupid. And I used to play the clown. And I used to enjoy playing the clown because it was a safe space. It was a way of dealing or really not dealing with the issue. And it was a defense mechanism, and maybe you do it too. So the point of this video is to decide to take 100% responsibility of your life and choose for the greater good to become the best version of yourself. Really, essentially what we're talking about is to realize your potential and then actualize your potential. And you can do that through self-development, through self-help or meditation or yoga or good diet. There's a million different ways you can do that. But really, I found that this was the missing puzzle piece in my life. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I didn't particularly feel good about myself or really anything about myself because I was struggling. I was in survival mode. And when I realized that it came down to this, I just needed to figure out who I was and what I wanted to be and then achieve that. And when I realized this, that maybe life was that simple. Figure out what it is that you want to do it. Just two pieces of a puzzle. Figure it out. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Figure it out and then go do it. And when I thought about that, that kind of sat well with me. I thought, I could definitely figure out what I want to do. And I guess once I figured it out, I could give it a good go. I found out that I'm a musician. I've always been a musician. I've always loved music. I'm never going to stop making music. Tick. And then there was something else. I always wanted to help people. I was always encouraging. I was always compassionate and empathetic. But I used to push down these feelings because I was a musician and, you know, that wasn't part of what I was going to do. And it got to a point where those feelings I could no longer suppress and they were overflowing. And it was the universe or it was my body, my mind, or all of the above. It was telling me that now is the time to be myself more than ever, to realize myself and actualize that vision. So I was like, what am I going to do with all these feelings of teaching and helping? What do I do with that? I figured out that I could teach meditation. I knew how to meditate. I knew it well enough to teach. So I just started there. I just started teaching. I started teaching for pay as you wish, and I travel all around London. I went up to Scotland, and I went all over the place, and I just charge pay as you wish. What do you feel? And over time, I realized that I was traveling an hour there sometimes, teaching for 2 hours, and then traveling an hour back, and seeing 4 hours out of my day. And some people weren't paying me anything. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I haven't got the money. I'll get it to you. Yeah, all right, mate. Some people would pay me a fiver. Some people would pay me really well. It wasn't about the money, but it was about my time. I started to realize, actually, this is my time. I'm spending my time on other people. I'm all for giving and being of service, but I've got to cover myself. I need to at least cover myself. And this is a tricky one in the spiritual community. People just think, hey, it's all, we should just give, and, it's all about service, and, it's not about money, man. And those people are poor. When it comes down to it, those are the people that are struggling. And it's different. In different cultures, it makes sense, and it's all relative, let's say. But I decided I didn't want to be poor. I wanted to be wealthy, because I wanted to help more people. And as I realized my dream, I wanted to help people. I wanted to fund my music. If you're a musician, it ain't cheap. So I realized I needed to be wealthy to fulfill this desire that I had. And as I lent into it, as I started meditating, I started charging a bit more, and I realized I could teach other things. I could coach people, and I had all this stuff that I wanted to share. So it didn't take that long until I realized that my life was really about two things: music and teaching, guiding, encouraging, motivating. I cracked my code. That was it. I figured it out. I knew who I was, and I knew what I had to do. And now life is all about just doing. I don't feel like I'm seeking anymore. I'm still a seeker. I'm still experimenting with different modalities and practices and techniques. I don't feel like I need to find out what the thing is anymore, because I got what I came here for. What is this life about? What is my purpose? I got it. And oh my God, when you got it, it feels good. And hey, if you don't have it and you need help with that, click the link below. Dare to Discover is my mini course. And I'm shamelessly plugging this because it just slots in so well here. And it helped me figure out who I am, so I'm hoping that it'll help you figure out who you are too. It's helped many of my clients, and it's a really fun little process. It's super easy. You could do it over a weekend, and you have it for the rest of your life. I redo mine every year just to kind of tweak it. And once you've got that, your purpose, your calling, your mission, oh my God, life just gets sweeter, because you have this relief of, well, it's just peace. You feel peace inside. So when I had that, when I found that, when I connected with that, I decided that all that I used to say to myself, oh, you fucking idiot, oh, I'm stupid, oh, I can't do that all had to go. That all had to go. And I learned this through learning about self-talk. Self-talk says, take responsibility and never finish a negative statement. Because your subconscious mind takes on all the information that you put out there, and it doesn't know what is real and what's not real. So we can use this to our advantage. We can tell ourselves whatever we want to believe, and our body will accept it as truth. So if you want to heal, you better start telling yourself that you are already healed. You keep doing this, and you keep showing up, and you keep doing all the good things like eating well and exercise and doing whatever you can to help that journey, then you are more likely to heal yourself. And you can do this for a number of things, whatever you want, health, wealth, success, go for it. But the moment you start to say, I can't, I won't, I'm not able to, I'm just, all of these things, the body goes into decay. It goes into survival mode. And you're better than that. We are like a computer. And when we know this, we can take advantage of this. And I mean that in the best possible sense. Take advantage of the computer of your mind. Your life is ever changing. Life is constantly in flow. It's ever changing. So decide to be the creator and create that vision of yours and become that thing. So the late, great Bruce Lee said this: Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and cast spells. That's why they call it spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. What you're not changing, you are choosing. Mic drop moment. Now, what Bruce is talking about is self-talk 101. What you're not changing about yourself, oh, you fucking idiot. You're choosing. You're choosing to be a fucking idiot. And whatever you're saying to yourself in a negative sense, you're putting out there, you're coding yourself to experience this over and over. Oh, I can't do that. You will continue to believe that you can't do that. Remember, the universe always says yes, no matter what it is. It's just a different tone. Oh, I can't do that. Yes. Oh, I can do that. Yeah. Oh, I'm too poor, I can't afford that. Yes. Oh man, I'm willing to spend my money on this. I think I can find the way to afford this thing. Yes. It always says yes. So decide today to choose your words wisely, choose your thoughts wisely, look through all your texts, your emails, think about what you're saying to your friends, your family, your colleagues. Constantly stop yourself from saying anything negative, self-deprecating. Oh, it's just the way I am. It's not the way you are, because in this moment right now is the present moment. And anything before this moment is your past. So yes, you were right in your past that you couldn't do it then, but right now is a blank canvas. It's a fresh moment in time. Anything you've done in the past doesn't mean that you'll continue to do it in the future unless you decide that that's how it is. So any habit of the past can stop right now. I used to be an alcoholic. I decided to no longer be an alcoholic. It took a while, not gonna lie. It didn't happen overnight, but my options were to go to AA or to continue down the spiral of doom. And for me personally, and AA has done wonders for many, 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 many people, the thought of never drinking again, not ever having a pint with my dad, it just didn't sit well with me. So I was like, well, what's my option here? I guess learning balance? I guess that's the option. So I set forth and decided to conquer balance, to master balance between me and this thing called alcohol. And it took me a long time, and still to this day, when I walk past a pub, a conversation goes off. But I put the work in, I put the time in, I made the changes, I made new positive habits, and I mastered balance. It's very rare. I've not met anyone else that did what I've done. I'm sure you're out there. Wave your hand if so. But I know firsthand that you can change the story in the moment, because I've done it over and over and over again with loads of things. So in this moment right now, decide that whatever you've got to work on, start working on it. And anything that you're telling yourself that you don't want to hear, stop saying it to yourself, because what's happening is every time you agree with that negativity, you're actually enforcing it, and you're setting yourself up to be it over and over again. So here's the thing. Don't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to a kid, to your niece, nephew, or your own child. Don't say anything self-deprecating, mean, harsh, that you wouldn't say to your friends or your family. Start right now. And what we can do is we can catch these thoughts in the moment. And just as we're about to say them, we can pause. And we can just take a minute, take a beat, and decide that that's not what we're going to say. So instead of lying to ourselves and saying, I am rich, I can afford it, we can say things like, in the past, I couldn't afford that thing. But right now, I'm deciding to spend my money on other things. So essentially what that is saying is, you can't really afford it in this moment, but you're changing the outcome to be a positive, optimistic thing to say. Oh, I can't do that. I haven't got the skills. In the past, I couldn't do that. I didn't have the skills. But in this moment, or in the coming future, I'm going to work on it. Do whatever you can to change that ending to a positive, and see how your world will start to change. Everything changes when you change what's up here. When you change your self-talk to positive, optimistic self-talk. You're not lying to yourself. You're not walking around going, I can do everything, I'm rich. You're just deciding to change the ending to something positive and optimistic, to give you a fighting chance to change the story, to embrace optimism over pessimism, to be more positive rather than be so negative. So here's the challenge. The rule is, don't say anything that you wouldn't say to your younger self, or to a kid or a nephew or a niece. Never finish a negative statement. This is harder than you think. In the past, this was harder than you thought. But right now, it's going to be a breeze. Absolutely no self-deprecation of any kind, even if it's funny. The only exemption I have for this is if you're a comedian on stage doing your act, because, well, then it is funny. So from this moment on, think about what you're saying. Think about your words. Words are energy, and they cast spells. Everything is energy and vibration. Think about what you're rippling out there into the universe. I feel shattered. Whoa. Don't say that. You feel like your body is shattered into, what, 1 million pieces? What does shattered mean? Think about all of these words that we're saying, and how often you're saying them. Because like attracts like. If we're putting stuff out there, we might just get that back. So these are things that I never say anymore. I feel shattered. My heart is bursting. You never want a bursting heart. And you might think, oh, this bit's nonsense, this bit's crazy. But is it? Sometimes we achieve these self-fulfilling prophecies. I've read plenty of stories about people who are constantly affirming that they were open. I'm open, and then they're having open heart surgery, and they've been in an accident and they are literally open. The universe works in symbols, and it works in vibration, and it works very, very literally. And, you know, maybe we are in a holographic universe. Maybe what we put out there does come back. I've got my own beliefs I can't say for sure as truth, but I know what I feel and what I've experienced, and so do you. So maybe if you're working out, you're trying to get ripped and shredded. Do you really want to be ripped and shredded? I no longer say ripped and shredded anymore. I say muscly and toned, because hey, this stuff might be quite literal. So be careful what you're putting out there. And live by this. Don't say anything negative, and see how your world changes. So the next time you think about telling someone, oh man, you're on fire right now, maybe don't put out there that your friend is on fire. And again, maybe this part is old nonsense. Maybe this part is just one step too far. But I know from practicing this stuff that when I've put out intentions, positively or negatively, I've sometimes received that right back at me. Like attracts like, for better or for worse. When I'm in love, I seem to attract a lot of love. When I'm feeling gratitude for life, I seem to attract a lot of things to be really, really grateful for. When I'm feeling really abundant and wealthy, and not thinking about trying to get money or make money, clients pop into my life and quite literally offer me money. And it makes me wonder, when I'm purely feeling abundant and telling myself good, positive things, isn't it interesting that that's what I get back? And when I lived my old life of being negative towards myself and telling myself that I was this, that, and the other, that's what I received. That's what I experienced. So you do you, as always. You live your life and be yourself and live how you want to live and take on whatever information you want to take on and want to believe and want to call truth. All I know is that I've experienced two very different lives. One was in survival, in hell states and in lower vibrations of lack and need and suffering. And I lived and breathed that to the point of putting it out there continuously. I can't do this, I'm not good enough, I am this, I am that, I am, definite statement, this. And I received that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the moment I learnt this stuff and started practicing this stuff and changed my life accordingly and started telling myself quite literally the opposite, I am love, I am healed, I am grateful, I am satisfied, I am content, I am worthy, I am on it, I am awesome, I am blah, 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 blah. My life changed. I mean, look, to be fair, let me just be honest. I'm walking barefoot now in a t-shirt made out of charcoal in nature. So, depending on how you look at life and success, to you, you know, why am I listening to this guy? That could be your train of thought. But to me, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I feel wealthy, abundant, satisfied, prosperous, grateful, and I get to be barefoot in nature wearing a charcoal t-shirt right now. So, you know, but apply this stuff, give it a whirl. Why not? Prove me wrong if you don't believe me. Take on this information, stop being negative towards yourself, and decide to be an eternal optimist. Be a realist, of course, but decide to add optimism, gratitude, love, and self-appreciation to your day, to your life, right now, from this moment on, from now until the end of time, just as an experiment. And I can bet you that your life is going to miraculously change. And if you don't like miracles, then let's just say life will positively change. So let me know how it goes. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know your story. And if you want any training to help you break through, break free, and learn some practical tips and tools to become successful, whatever that means to you, then click the link below. I've got a free training, really easy, really fun, and it'll just help you in whatever profession you're doing, just to be that little bit clearer, that little bit more awesome. So I'll see you in the training, or if not, I'll see you on the next video. Take care, be awesome, big love, see you soon.